Yo, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to the Father Built Podcast. This is where we build up men in holiness, healthiness, and happiness, aiming to give men the tools to build their house of legacy. Whether you are single, a single dad, or you're married and married with kids, like this podcast is all for you. I am your host, Bobby Peacock, and today, we have a very, very special guest. This is one of my inner three friends, my homie, my big brother, Jonathan Vasquez. How you doing, man?
Brother, how you doing, dog?
Doing good.
Honored to be here, bro.
Yeah.
I just want to, before we get started, man, it's, I want to give you your flowers. You know what I mean?
Man, you're so
just
kind.
to see, like what you're doing, bro, with not just in this podcast, but in your life right now, the season that you're in. It's really dope to see how you're becoming the person that God has called you to be. And in the midst of everything that you have going on, and you do everything with your heart. You do everything with your heart, but you're always thinking of others before you even think of yourself. And I just want to say, bro, that I honor that. I see that. And it's an example for us, bro, as men. You know what I mean? As we look at what does it mean to be a better first believer in Christ, but a father, and those of us that have wives, husbands, and a friend, and if some of us own businesses, entrepreneurs, what does that look like to lead in a way that's honoring? You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that we're always going to get it right, but bro, I love your heart in how you walk and how you lead by example, and that to me is very encouraging and very inspirational. So, bro, I'm excited and honored to be here with you today.
I appreciate that. Well, Jonathan, I really appreciate those words, man. Like, you almost made me cry, for real, dog.
Nah, bro, I mean that, especially in this day and age. We were just talking about it last night with a couple other of our friends. Is like, I think it's important to help people understand what does it really mean to be a man, an honoring man.
Yeah.
I think, in our society, with whether it be influences in culture, music, influencers, political leaders, whatever it may be, social media, there's this picture or what a man should be or this and that. Yeah. And unfortunately, there's so much lack of what it actually should be. Yeah. That is honoring, you know what I mean? And so I applaud you for doing this, bro. I know there's people in these other spaces that are doing stuff like this, bro, but it's like, I just love it that you're doing this because we need it, man. We need to be able to have conversations and grow as men, and, iron sharpens iron. What does that look like? Us being able to have conversations and learn and grow and be in a space where sometimes we'll agree to disagree. Yeah. Oh yeah. We've been there. But that doesn't mean that I hate you or I can't be your friend. Yep. I think things like that bring us even closer. Yeah. And I love about that. You know what I mean? That we're not going to agree on everything in life. Yep. But on the things that we do agree, we go wholeheartedly in them. And that's what our friendships are built on, is those things that we do agree on. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate you for that, bro. Man, that means so much. You are just full of the kind words today, brother. I appreciate that, man. I mean it, dog. I mean it. Yeah. So, obviously, if you guys are watching this, and even if you're listening, it sounds a little bit different because we're not in my studio. Yeah, we're not. And so, I kind of just threw this on you. I'm like, hey, we're doing this today, just because I know the season that you're going through, and I just felt it in my spirit that we needed to just kind of walk in that and ask questions, but tell the people, give the people a 2 to 3 minute synopsis of who you are. Who is Jonathan Vasquez? And then you can talk about where we're at too. Oh geez, man, okay. Okay. I'm trying to condense here because I like to talk. Yeah. You're good, brother. You're good. I think the best way for me to say it is, man, I'm first and foremost a believer in Jesus Christ. Come on, amen. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a son. Yep. And still trying to figure this entrepreneur thing out. I feel like we're both there. Right? Yeah. But bro, man, yeah. For me, it's a thing of where the older I get and hopefully the more I'm maturing, I'm realizing, man, the less I know.
Yeah.
And when you're young, you think you have it all figured out. I know this, I know that. But man, for me, is like I read this book once, and it really, after the Bible, it really has changed my life.
Yeah,
it's a book called Atomic Habits.
Yes.
If you haven't read it, please read it. It's going to change your life.
I was told you got to read it once a year.
Bro, yeah, you have to.
You got to read once a year.
That book just taught me so much. But man, and so I just look at my life where that book talks about the 1%, and it talks about, man, like so many times we get overwhelmed in life because we have this goal over here, right?
Yep.
And we get overwhelmed because, man, I'll do all these, like, how am I going to get to that? I can't get that. It seems impossible. And the book talks about, man, how can I, instead of looking at it in that lens, how can I look at it and how can I get better 1% every day?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, I got better this much.
Yeah,
so I look at my life, and that's where relationally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, how am I getting better at least 1% every day? It doesn't mean that I did all this, but that little bit.
Yeah.
And then as you grow that, and as you create those habits, now you're like, yo, look how far I've gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, man, it's just a thing where I just like, man, I'm constantly learning and growing. And I still make mistakes, a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I think the important thing is how you learn from those mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
How you learn from those mistakes and how do you grow in the midst of that. It is so vital. You know what I mean? Because those mistakes, now I see them as experiences.
Yep, absolutely.
And so, bro, I'm just a, you know what I mean? I'm a Hispanic guy trying to honor God in everything that I do.
Yeah, come on.
You know what I mean? And be an example. At the end of the day, I was telling my wife this, like, man, I want to be an example to my daughter and my son.
Yeah.
So when they are older, they have someone that they can look up to.
Yep.
And have somewhat of, for lack of a better term, a standard of, okay,
yeah,
what does this look like? What does this mean? Like, I look at my daughter, I'm like, I want my daughter to be able to look at my life and be like, man, I want to marry a man that loves like my dad does.
Yeah, come
forgives
on.
like my dad does.
Come on.
Leads like my dad does.
Come on.
Not that my dad's perfect, but man, how he overcomes through adversity, how he handles letdowns, how he handles his mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, I want my daughter to see that because I want her to see how I navigate that. And I think that's
absolutely.
so important.
Yeah.
And I want my son to have an example of what does a God-fearing man mean?
Yeah.
Not what does a perfect dad mean?
Yep.
But I want to leave that example for them, and then in that, you know, love my wife and with everything that I have, and go on this beautiful journey that we call life.
Come on. So you still haven't told the people where we're at.
Oh yeah, hold on. We're here at and this is just, man, I'm just so blessed that we even get to be here, man. We're here at Preaches. It's a high-end sneaker store that, you know, God allowed us to open up. Just not too long ago, we celebrated our 30th anniversary.
Yep. And
we're just so excited, man, of what God is doing and giving us the space to really, you know, I love culture, I love streetwear, I love sneakers, and for me, it was always, man, I always saw it as a tool to be able to connect with people, no matter what their walk of life is, no matter what they believe, no matter if they're Hispanic, Asian, black, white, purple, whatever they are, there's things that we can relate to.
Yep, absolutely.
And that brings meaningful conversations into meaningful relationships. So, man, we're just blessed that, you know, we're here. We're in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We have, you know, a store that we pride ourselves in, bro. You know, we're constantly learning. We're learning through mistakes, things that we've done. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have done it this way. Let's learn from this. Yeah. But for me, there's beauty in that. You know, there's beauty in that where it's like, man, like, I think so many times if things would have been perfect and this and that, but man, if you look back at it, if things are perfect, you're never going to learn and grow.
Yeah, come on.
You know what I mean? I think in those tough times and those tough seasons, and when you're molded, when you learn and you learn how to navigate those things to become a better person. And so that's where we're at, man. We just want to make an impact in our community through what we do here at Preaches. Yeah. We started a run club. We meet every Saturday morning down here in Sioux Falls at the Source at 9 a.m. If you guys ever want to join, Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. We'd love to have you guys. And it's just a dope time to try to get somewhat healthy and build community while we do that. You know what I mean? And enjoy some dope coffee at the end of our run. Then we started a men's mental health forum Q&A that we meet. You know, we have another one coming up November. We're excited about that. And again, just trying to build community. You know what I mean? And build together and grow together within our community and be there for people. You know what I mean? So, absolutely. And we're just really excited for what we got going on right now. And for me, it's like, first of all, we wouldn't be able to do it without the support of our people, our customer base, the people that believe in us and have supported us. But even you, bro, you've been a big integral part of this.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I'm just so excited to be able to be on this journey with you and then just kind of see where God takes it.
Yeah, amen. Thank you so much for that, brother. Yeah, and so like entrepreneurship is like you said, it's a learning experience.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
And so like tell me like some of the highs and lows of like you're navigating between being a husband, a father, a follower of Christ, and then also, having a business. So like tell me what that's like for you.
It's a journey, it's an adventure. Before I would say, you got to find the balance in this and that, but I heard someone say like that, and it's so good. Like when you think of balance, you think of equal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You look at a scale, and if it's balanced, it's equal weight on both sides.
Yep.
I don't say that anymore. It's more of finding the rhythm. When you find that rhythm of those things, obviously you've heard that saying, you're going to give time to what's important in your life.
Yeah.
And so for me, as I look at the things in my life and the things that are priority to me, how am I finding that rhythm where we're in different seasons of our lives?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the beginning of the season when we opened the store, my wife knew, my family knew, hey, I'm gonna be very dedicated to the store because we have to put in the work, we have to put in the time.
Yeah.
And we still do, but even then it's like a different season now where it's like, it's not as much. So now whatever season I'm in, I'm always finding that rhythm of what it is that we need to put our more effort towards it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that you neglect the other ones or put them in the back burner, but you find that rhythm that works.
Yeah.
And for me, that's been so huge obviously, and communication is so important in the midst of that.
Yep.
Communicating that with my wife, even with the kids, our team here, and the things that I'm involved in what is that rhythm in this season? I have to go hard on this. So the more you're able to communicate that, there's more grace in these other areas for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I found that, man, like it's a journey. You're never going to arrive.
Yeah. Come on.
And I think it's so important that you always have the mindset of a learning mindset.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And knowing that, man, doesn't matter if I've been in business 1 year, 10 years, 20, I'm constantly learning.
Yeah.
As things are evolving and this and that, but it's like we're constantly learning. For me, it's just finding what does that rhythm look like in that season that I'm in life.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of, as you're speaking about that, it kind of reminded you ever seen the movie Cool Runnings?
Yeah.
Like feel the rhythm, feel the vibe. Get up, it's bachelor time. So that's what, but it's so true. It's like, I feel like so often in life we're trying to balance things, and then like one side gets way heavier, and then you're like trying to rush to get it. But you talked about communication too with like your family and making sure that like, okay, hey, like this season, like I think about it like November's coming up, Black Friday, and same with Christmas where things are going to start, picking up, and so there's seasons, and that communication is so important. And another question that I had was like when we talk about, entrepreneurship and even and the people know I talk about this all the times, but how has like friendship changed for you? Because I remember we've had very specific conversations about what you would call a dot. Can you explain that?
Oh, bro, yeah. And man, for the people that know me, like me, like for me, everything is based off of relationships.
Yeah.
Relationships are very, very important to me.
Yeah.
What they mean. One of my mentors told me this one. Shout out, Vonnie. You're amazing, bro.
Yeah.
He said so many times people think of currency and you quick go to finance. You go to money.
Yep.
But he's like, money comes and goes.
Yep.
But social currency is so important. And what he was talking about that is networking, the relationships that you build.
Yeah.
Not superficial, these deep, meaningful relationships that you build. That's what's going to outweigh everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, man, that has helped me so much. So I'm a big relational guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just because of how I'm wired, I'm very extrovert.
Yep.
I love hanging out with people.
Yeah.
But for me, even in this season of that I'm in, of like, I'm trying to be locked in every season, in every area and aspect of my life that I can be in. Because as you get older, you start seeing and I start understanding more of the things that really matter in life.
Yeah.
And so for me in the season of life that I'm in and I'm trying to lock in certain things is relationships mean so much to me. And I went from having a small circle to a dot.
Yeah.
And for me, that means that I have 3 to 4 dudes that ride with me.
Yep.
And I've been blessed, and I have good friends, and I have a lot of friends, but I have 3 to 4 dudes that ride with me. But I know that if I call these dudes at 3, 4 in the morning, I know that they got my back, and that they'll meet me, and they won't ask questions, and we'll take care of what we got to take care of.
Yeah.
I know that I can go to war with these dudes.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
so for me is that thing of, and what I love about it is these dudes in my dot not only love me, encourage me, lift me, but they challenge me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they'll call me out when they need to call me out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I love that because that's how we grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me is, man, bro, relationships just in general are very important to me. But specifically, even that dot, bro, is like it's just so meaningful for me because, man, I couldn't see myself doing life without him.
Yeah.
You know, we're not meant to do life alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're supposed to build each other and then challenge each other and love each other and encourage each other. And so, yeah, bro, for me, relationships are big, man. And they mean everything to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They mean everything to me. And those people that are there know that, you know what I mean? And I try in return, man, I've, especially even to the more so this year, it's just been really laid on my heart, like just to be more intentional about valuing those relationships. You know what I mean? Because I know what those relationships mean to me. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I want them to know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just by my words, but by my actions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bro, I think, man, everything flows through relationships, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's so important. Like, again, I go back to that. It doesn't mean that it's perfect and that you have yes people around you. No, these are people that love you so much that because they love you so much, they'll call you out on your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know that they're there with you and they're going to do life with you.
Yeah.
That when you need them in any given moment, they're there.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing to know that you have people like that in your corner.
Yeah.
And then in return is you want to make sure that they know that you're there for them.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, for me, man, if you know me, you know that relationships mean a lot to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say this is like, it's a pleasure to be one of those guys that are in your because like the way that you have friendships is different than the way that I have, and your circle is even smaller than mine, and it's an honor because you know this, like you're more than like a homie, you're like a brother to me, you know. And it's like
I trust you with my family, bro, with everything I have.
Listen, you let me babysit your kids, dog. That was wild,
I know,
man.
No, Zion loves you, bro.
Yeah.
But for me, bro, I'm honored to have you, bro. Like you in my life, in my family's life, like it means a lot. You know what I mean? And what I love about that, bro, it's like, man, we're two friends and fathers that are trying to figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we learn from each other. You know what I mean? And our kids are friends. They literally our 7-year-olds are literally 3-4 days apart.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they've grown up together. You know what I mean? And we talk about this all the time. It's like, man, bro, I can't wait till, you know, our kids are in high school and we're still kicking it together with our kids.
Come on.
Man, again, it goes back to those relationships. That's what's going to outweigh everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I did a video with your daughter the other day, and I was just, you know, dancing behind her. She was doing this TikTok video, and I just thought like there's that one scene in what movie is it with 50 Cent and Ice Cube's son, Den of Thieves.
Okay.
Where they go in the garage.
Oh yeah.
And like I was gonna post the video of me and her on my Instagram story, and I was gonna say, listen, y'all. Like, I will die for this little girl. I will go to prison. I will break ankles for this little girl.
Dude, that's funny. But see what I mean? Like, you say that jokingly, but I know that you would, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like I know that you would do that for my daughter and my son, and likewise I'd do that for Bo, bro. Like it's when you build and invest in relationships, bro. Yeah. I can't stress that enough, man, how important that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether it's in if you're an entrepreneur, if you in any type of relationships that you're in.
Yeah.
It's so important, the quality of like I'm at a point in my life where it's like it's quality over quantity.
Come on, say that again. Bro.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know that I might have a dot, but I know that those dudes we'll ride, and bro, until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, there's so much that can happen and be accomplished in the midst of that.
Yeah.
So for me, bro, it's just it's a dope thing and a blessing to know that I have those people in my life.
Yeah.
And they're gonna help me, walk with me, and build me up. And they have the mindset of, bro, I love you so much that I'm willing to do whatever I have to do. You know what I mean? And sometimes, like I said, like I might not agree with that, or I might not the way that I do it, but I know that it comes out of a place of love, and that grows our relationships.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And something that I've learned too is that like popularity isn't everything.
No.
Like you could be you see it. You can be the most popular person, have the most money, but yet you're still lonely. You're still alone.
Bro, and I mean, you see that in our culture. You see that everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see that with people that have or don't have money. You see that everywhere. And it's a thing, bro, where whatever, doesn't matter what it is, who it is.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we sometimes, we've been lied, whether through social media or whatever it may be, that, oh yeah, like you need to have all these friends, or you need to be the most popular, this and that. Bro, man, I look at my life now in my relationships.
Yeah.
And the time that I have with those that are closest to me is so, I look forward to those conversations because they're so deep in conversation.
Yeah.
It's not superficial. It's like, that is a place where I know I can be genuinely who I am. I don't have to put a facade. I can just be Jonathan.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And for me, bro, that's so beautiful because it's like, I look at that and it's just like, I want people to experience this. I want people to find their group of people, you know what I mean? Because that's gonna help them. That's gonna help them outweigh it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. We got customers coming in, so we're gonna pause real quick, and then we'll be right back. Just had a customer come in, so we had to go take care of that. But hey, we are back. So I do have another question for you. So obviously you're a believer. You are a believer. Sorry. That's when you're supposed to say use your words like you always tell me. And you're an entrepreneur and you have a business, and something that I've learned is that people sometimes like to take advantage of that. Like let's just go there. Let's talk about that.
What is specific?
I mean, like you'll have homies, friends coming in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And see, that's again going back to because you and I have had this conversation.
Yeah.
Like for me, is like relationships mean so much to me.
Yep.
And because of that, intentionally, I try to do a good job of protecting those relationships.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like sometimes people, and I think entrepreneurs can relate to this. They see the finished product. People see the finished product.
Yep.
But they don't see the work that people have put into it. And I think especially this day and age with instant gratification.
Yeah.
What social media has done, unfortunately.
Yeah.
People see the finished product, but they don't see the literal sweat and tears that people have put into the store.
Yeah.
Like literally, myself and a couple of the guys are part of our team.
Yep.
We literally put our sweat, blood, and tears into building the store.
Yeah.
We grinded these floors.
Yep.
Like we didn't know what the heck we were doing. Like literally, bro. Like people don't understand like the things that you have to go through.
Yeah.
The things that you have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Like you've heard that term, like being an entrepreneur is not for the faint. Like, bro, it is not all fun and games. It's not all flowers, but it is worth it. It's worth it. But you have to stick with it, and you learn from your mistakes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You learn and you grow. But man, I try to be so intentional of guarding the relationships that we fostered.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I think because of that, I'm a little bit more guarded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more guarded. And I guess I've been blessed where I think we've set the standard and the culture of that, so it doesn't happen as often.
That's good. So when you say it doesn't happen as often, like what are you referring to?
Like I believe that we've set the standard in the sense of like we don't have to have a lot of those awkward conversations with people, like because we at the beginning we had a lot of people, oh hey, like somehow they get wind that this person's going to come to the store. They were there at the store, like, can we come, or can we come meet them and this and that, or whatever it may be. Like, you know what I mean? Like so many things. Or, bro, I have people, hey, can I have this for free? Can I have this?
I hate that.
You know what I mean? And I'm big, and you and I have had these conversations where I have a pet peeve when it's like that. Like, this is my stance, and you don't have to agree with it if you don't like it.
Come on, tell me.
But if I say that, say I know a homie that has, and you do such a good job at this, and you've done it even before you were part of the team, and I love you in that. But if and shout out to Mark from Sneaker Flavors. If you're watching this, you've done this, and I honor you for that, bro.
Come on.
I don't like it when people say, like, you got a homie that has a store or something and this and that, and if I have a homie that has a store, this is how I think of it. Again, say you don't have to agree with it or whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But if I have a homie that has a business or a store, the last thing I'm gonna do is ask him for a discount or a freebie, because I want to see them win.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Like, if I have a buddy that, yo, I'm selling these shirts and they're $40, I'm not gonna be like, yo, can I get the homie discount? What am I? I'm not valuing you, bro.
Yeah.
And do I really want to see you win if I'm asking you for a discount?
Yeah, come on.
You know what I mean? And so that's just my stance on it. And like, you know, like again, like Mark, he's done that. He's come to the store and he's bought from us, and he's never asked me for a discount.
Yeah.
I look at it like if it comes from my heart, I'll do it. Like I want to bless them.
You're in control of it.
I'm in control of that.
Yeah.
Because I want that to come genuinely from my heart.
Yeah.
But like, man, like, and you've done that too, bro, where you're like, no, you're gonna charge me what it is. You know what I mean?
Especially early on, you're like, I'll give you. I'm like, nah, man.
No. And bro, I value that so much, because it's like people like that, like, really do want to see me win.
Yeah.
They really do want to see me win, and I'm like, yo, that's dope, because I know that they're supporting me.
Yeah.
They're not asking me for something. They're not asking me for this and that. They know, like, yo, I know that you're working your butt off. I want to see you win.
Yeah, come on.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, that's such a way that where you can really support.
Yeah.
Really support people. Really support your homies, and supporting local business and this and that, bro. It's like, that's a touchy subject for me, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you're an entrepreneur, you know how hard you worked.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, you've worked hard for it. You've sacrificed things. You've probably banked the farm. Yeah. Making it happen. And it's like, people don't see that. They just see the finished product.
Yep.
And for me, that's why I think I guard those relationships more, because it's important.
Yeah.
It's important to do that. And and I think it's good to help people understand the value in fostering those relationships.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes time, and we want everything quick. You know what I mean? And I mean, I've been guilty of that, bro. I'm not saying I've been guilty of that myself, but for me, it's been such a learning curve and a good experience for me to learn that look, okay, like, I got to put the work into it.
Yeah. I want to make a shirt that says "Homies don't ask for discounts,"
bro.
Because that's like, and that's the thing. I remember.
But you think about that, bro. How many people actually? Oh, the homie discount, and and I know people say it joking, but in jokes, there's always some truth to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? We should be the ones champion them and be like, nah, bro, you're gonna charge me full price. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and that's what I said early on, because I know what it's been like for people to be like, yo, hit me up with this, and
give
I'm
me
just
the
like,
DJ discount, this and that.
Yeah, just like, no, like, if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna charge you more, you know, and that's so true, man. And like you said, people don't see the blood, sweat, and tears. They see the final product. They see, but they're not with you in the trenches.
No.
And I even remember, like, you know, I was meeting with you guys, you know, as you guys were building this, and you're like, hey, we got this covered. I'm like, all right, you know, kind of thing. And like, now to be a part of it and say, all right, like, you know, I didn't help build it, but I'm here now in this season, and we're growing and we're doing things, and it's cool to be a part of that and to support you in that. And it's like, those are the people that you want investing in your business. Those are people that you want on your side, because I even know, like, for example, with this podcast, I told you that we're doing it today. You're like, all right, dog, I got you. And like, to me, it's like, all right, you know, and it's like, yeah, no free handouts.
Nah, bro, man, like, that's where I go back to, like, valuing and being intentional with people. Like,
yeah,
give people what they deserve.
Yeah.
You know, people have worked their butt off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? To build something special and to find purpose in something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's where we can come together and champion each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you know, if I want to be at a place where if I'm gonna say I'm gonna support you, I'm not just gonna say it. I'm gonna show it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to me, that speaks louder than words, and it should to all of us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, at the end of the day, what does that mean, and what matters at the end of the day? You know what I mean? So I think that's important for all of us to learn in that. And so, you know what I mean? If you have a homie, because I even seen this, bro. It's like, if you have a homie that has a business or something, it takes you nothing. If you really can't buy something, like their post,
Yep.
Share it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Comment, whatever you
Yep.
can. There's things that you can do to help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So whether you have money to support them in the business or you don't, there's still something that you can do.
Yeah.
And everything matters. Everything counts. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? At the end of the day, you know, our motto is practice what you preach. And I just believe, man, just be authentic. Be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, that doesn't mean you're perfect. Doesn't mean that we haven't figured out. God knows, man, I make so many mistakes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's like we learn from those and we work through those.
Yeah.
But it's like, be authentically who God has called you to be. You know what I mean? Because that's what's going to draw people. You know what I mean?
Come on.
That's what's going to make an impact in people's lives. People nowadays, man, are hungry for authenticity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are hungry for people to be who they really are. And at the end of the day, like, that's who we really are. You know, I saw my buddy put this post out, I think it was this morning, and it just stuck with me. You know what I mean? Because we can easily put out a facade of what we want people to see in public.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But who we are in private is who we really are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if I'm gonna publicly say this and that and blah blah blah, this and that, I really hope I better do that in private too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That if I'm gonna say this over here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna say I'm gonna do this, I better be doing that in private.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's who we really are. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I just hope that we can all come to that of just, man, like, truly being authentic and true to at the end of the day what matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what matters is, like, man, how are we, at the end of the day, man, regardless of what we're going through in life, we can still find ways to bless people.
Yeah.
We can still find ways to encourage people.
Yep.
We can still find ways to be there for people.
Yep.
And dude, that means so much. There's so much power in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's just it just comes down to us changing our perspective on how we view things and not be so closed-minded and always just thinking about us and being selfish.
Yeah.
But thinking about, man, how can I be a blessing to someone today?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I start off my day like that when I pray. I was like, God, let me see people how you see people.
Yep.
You know, that regardless of what I might be going through the worst day.
Yeah.
But I said, God, let me be a blessing to someone and let me see people how you see people.
Come on.
Because it doesn't take much. Like, we can be that one smile that someone needs that's gonna change their life.
Absolutely.
Like, how I look at it, bro, when people come into the store, like, I don't know what they're coming with.
Yep.
I don't know if they're happy, they're angry, they're sad. That they might be coming in and they say, yo, this is the last stop I'm making before I call it quits. Like, we don't know that.
Yeah.
We don't know what people are going through.
Yeah, come on.
And I'll even say this, and even if we think we know, we don't know.
You don't know.
Because a lot of times we think we know because what we see in social media.
Yeah.
We don't. That's fake. We don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, dude, as I'm getting older, bro, I was talking with a buddy of mine the other day, and he's like, yo, what do you think about this? Or what's your opinion on this? I was like, bro, I don't have an opinion on this because, first of all, I'm not there.
Yep.
I don't know everything.
Yep.
And so I'm not going to give my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you're good at that too. Like I know that we've walked through some things. And you know me, I'm the one that's like, I'm the dog. I'm out there. I'm out there with the people, you know?
I love that.
But part of that is because I can come to you and be like, hey, what do you think about this? And I have access to you privately that people out there don't. Yeah. So we can have some of those discussions, and then I'll be like, okay, because we've had those discussions, now I can go out and post. It's not that I'm just like posting to be chaotic or whatever, but it's because I'm having these private conversations that no one's seeing before some of the controversial stuff that I'll even post.
And see, that's the beautiful thing, bro. Again, going back to relationships, when you have people in your corner that you can talk through things and work through things, it is so powerful. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's like you're not doing or saying something out of emotion or reaction. Yeah. And man, we live in that world.
But even if we are, because I always go back to, you know what I'm going to do. Yeah. To our trip in Denver, you know, like I had a very emotional moment, and I'm not going to say what I said, but I said something pretty mean and non-Christian like, and I had to go upstairs and act all angry. But then I came back down, and you're like, ain't nothing but a thing. You know, I apologized, and we were good. And so it's like, having some of those close friendships also recognizes that we are going to be at each other's throats, but at the end of the day, like, we're still going to be homies.
100%. And that's what I'm saying, bro. In those moments, bro, grow a deeper bond.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because like you said, bro, like, we're humans. I'm going to fail you. You're going to fail me. Yep. I'm going to let you down. You're going to let me down. Why? Because we're human. Yep. I don't think people wake up, and if there are people that wake up like this, it's very few. But I'll bet you that not everyone wakes up and says, "Oh, I want to be I want to be a jerk to everyone today. Yeah. I want to be so disrespectful, or I'm going to tell this person off." Like, most people don't wake up that way. Yeah, you know what I mean. And whether it be through something that happens, and we're good, and all of a sudden something happens and it makes me rack, whatever it may be. What I love about that, bro. It's how do we respond to that? Yep. You know, when something happens and maybe we say something that we shouldn't or do something that we shouldn't, how do we respond? Is our response to be defensive and try to excuse what we've done, or is it, yo, I'm sorry, I messed up. Yeah, I screwed up. Yeah, you know, I could have handled that different. Yeah, bro, there's so much power in that. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of that missing in our society right now, and we see that so much, bro, in our world. That again, we can't agree to disagree. Yeah. And that saddens me, bro, because we miss out on the beauty of relationships when we do that. Yep. You know what I mean? Because, bro, if you think about it, man, like, even those that are married or they have siblings, whatever, it doesn't matter. The person just think of that one person that you're like the closest to. Yeah. There had to have been some point in life that you guys did not agree on something. Yep. But you still love them. You work through it. You know what I mean? That's why I said, I'm like, yo, like we used to be able to do this. Yeah, we used to be able to have those conversations. We used to. What has happened? Yeah. That now it's like we can not only not agree to disagree. Now it's like, if we disagree, you're my enemy, and I'm going to do everything I can to destroy you. Yeah, which is, you know what crazy. I mean? And yeah, it's just crazy to think about that, bro. So for me, bro, it's just like, man, like, I'm learning more and more, man. Keep the main thing the main thing. Yeah, absolutely. Keep the main thing, and everything else will work itself out. You know what I mean? Don't get so focused on these things that are minor and in the bigger picture don't really have much impact as we think they do in the moment. Yep, absolutely. I need to check the time real quick. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, we're doing great. All right. No, that
That's so good. Like, and it's sad that we live in a world where we can't agree to disagree, and that we're always at each other's throat. I mean, it's like, and I'm not trying to bring this back, but I mean, someone recently died over that.
Yeah.
And I mean, and there's like people in the hood that are dying over that all the time with gang violence and all this other stuff. Not to get super political or anything, but it's just the reality is like, man, we can't, there's no more room for having disagreements in safe conversations.
Yeah.
And it's like, in my last podcast, I was talking about, you know, the Bible verse that talks about like bearing each other's burdens. But even before, it's like, you know, when you read the Bible and you're like, you've read something so many times, but then you read it again and God reveals something new to you. Yeah. You been there? Yeah.
Sure.
And that happened to me because even before it talked about carrying each other's burdens, it talks about like restoring. And so like, it's like we live in a culture that we rather cancel than cultivate. We rather reject than restore. Yep. And it's like, actually, no, God calls us to restore, but also while we're restoring, we have to protect ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's like we as believers have to create those safe places where we can disagree, but yet we can still restore.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's huge that you hit on that. I think it's so important. You know what I mean? Going back to the things that's like talking about, like, okay, we might not agree on this, but we know that we agree on this. Let's focus on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the more we focus on what we agree, the less time we'll have to focus on we don't agree.
Exactly.
But it's like, it almost feels like in our culture nowadays, in society, it's twisted. We focus more on what we don't disagree, and that might be small
1%
in the greater scheme of things, and we're missing out on the big things that we do agree on. You know what I mean? And that's where it's like, yo, we gotta figure that out. We gotta figure that out. As I know, as humans, we can do better in that, bro. We can do better in putting our pride aside.
So how do we do better? Like, if you could give someone some tools on like how to be in those spaces and not like reject people or cancel people, like, give me like one or two thoughts. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
I can give you the
unfiltered.
Yeah, I can give you the unfiltered. But I'm gonna give you the filtered, man.
Hey, okay, I'm gonna say this because your brother was on the podcast, and the first time we recorded it 3 times. The first time I was like, it went too unfiltered. So do not pull. Don't pull your brother. Don't pull cheeks, brother.
No, we're good. I mean, my short answer would be live like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, come on.
And do everything in your life to become more like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I want give me the unfiltered.
Okay, and I'll give you the clean unfiltered version.
Yeah. You're thinking about it.
I have how to say it.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Yep.
Get over your pride and what you think.
Yeah.
And it's not always right to be right.
Come on.
I think so many times we're so focused on being right that we end up doing more harm.
Oh.
And we just want people to, I was right.
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah.
And by me being right, I took everybody down with me.
Yeah.
But I was right.
Yeah.
So I think a start is to lay our pride down, lay our selfishness and get out of the way. Like, it's not about us.
Yeah, come on.
As much as I want to be right or say this and that, put that aside. Put what you think, your feelings. I want to be here. Put all that aside.
Yeah.
And listen.
Yeah.
And listen. I think we're so quick. Man, I've been guilty of this, and I'm trying to do a better job. My wife and I always have these conversations. I'm trying to be so more intentional about this, but there's been moments where I've caught myself where, say, my wife or somebody's talking to me, and I'm already over here working a response.
Yeah.
So I completely did not listen to what this person was telling me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And even though I said I did, and I'm over here already fabricating a response, so I'm not even listening.
Yep.
And so I try to be a lot more intentional when someone's talking to me that I'm listening.
Yeah.
And I'm not working on a comeback or a rebuttal.
Yeah.
And so many times we can be so quick to do that and get on the defensive than just to sit down and listen.
Yeah.
Sit down and listen. Get over yourself.
Yeah, come on.
It's not about us.
Yeah.
And so if we can come to that place and to leave our pride aside and get over ourselves. Because who do we think we are? You know, get over ourselves and have conversations that lead with love.
Yeah.
I think that's where we've gone away from that. For me, it's easy to have conversations with people, and even if there might be confrontational conversations, is because I love these people.
Yeah.
I love people.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like when those people that are in my corner have hard conversations with me, I know that it's coming out of a place of love.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I know that it's coming out of a place because they love me and they want to see the betterment for me.
And I would say that because I would say this to that love thing. Love doesn't necessarily mean that we agree on everything.
Oh no, that's a misconception.
That's a huge misconception of love. Love is coming in and saying, "Yo, bro, like I see you doing this."
Exactly.
And I gotta call you out on it.
It's because I love you. I'm gonna.
Yes.
If I see so for just an example, if I see that you are ruining your life.
Yep.
For whatever reason, that you are blatantly ruining your life, and I don't tell you anything, I don't love you. But as hard as it might be, or as uncomfortable as it might be, or people say I'm not a confrontational person. If I love you, as tough as it is for me to have that conversation, I'm going to have that conversation because I love you.
Exactly.
And that's why, man. Again, that's why relationships are so important to me.
Yep.
Because I know that these people love me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I love you so much. Because of that, I'm willing to have this conversation with you because I love you.
Yeah.
And bro, on the other side of those conversations is just so beautiful.
Yeah, and even playing this out, right? I remember recently, there was a point in my life where we were sitting on your balcony and we're having a conversation over a situation that I was in, and you're like, "Yo, dog, like I'm seeing this, this, and this. Like I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this is what I'm seeing, and these are things that you need to think about." And the crazy thing is, there's some people that will do that. And then if that person continued in that, they'd be like, "I'm out." But you showed enough grace to be like, "I'm still going to walk with him. I'm still going to pray with him because I know that God's going to do something here. And if things get worse, then we're going to have a whole situation where I'm going to sit down with this fool and just be like, bro, you got to cut. You got to stop." Yeah. And so to me, that showed so much where there's a lot of people that wouldn't do that. They would have the one conversation. And if that person kept on acting in that, then they would be like, "I'm out. I'm done." And so I just think that just shows this is true friendships. This is what men want to have, but they don't know how to get.
Yeah.
And it's how do we get more men to have that?
And I think that's it, the important thing. And we were talking about it last night where we started that group. It's us willing to sit down and break bread and have the hard conversations.
Yep.
I think it's sometimes we are too scared. What if? What's going to happen? Am I going to lose this friendship or whatever?
Are they going to judge me?
Are they going to judge me? But man, if you know that you're coming out of a place of love, and I remember I heard this one time from my mentor, and he said it like this, and I was going into a conversation, and I was like, man, I'm struggling with what I'm going to say because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me and said, "Do you love this person?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love him." Then he said, "Then you're not going to say the wrong thing."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that stuck with me. Because even if I would have said something that was off, the person knows that I'm coming from a place of love.
Yep.
So we'll work through this.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so I just think that, bro, it's as men, we don't have these conversations. No. I think so many times it's superficial.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We can go beyond the small talk and the sport talk. And so many times, man, you ask, man, "Hey, how you doing?" "I'm good. Mm-hmm. You rarely see guys say, "Dude, I'm not doing good.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm going through this. I'm wrestling with this. I'm not doing good."
Yeah.
How many, But then again, I think there's multiple reasons behind that. You know what I mean? I think part of it is, the environment that we've grown up with, and how what we've been taught, what we've been shown. But then also, like, are we creating that safe space for people?
That's
Are
true.
we creating that safe space for men? Like, do my homies feel safe enough to come and talk with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do they feel like they can call me and, hey, yo, bro, like, I need to talk about this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or are they like, oh, no, I can't, he's not going to listen like that. So it's like, I'm part of it on me too.
Yeah.
Am I creating that safe space where my homies know, like, yo, you can call me and I'm going to listen?
Yeah.
Because we'll joke around, we'll crack jokes, but when it comes down to it, like, yo, I'm here. What's up, bro? Like, what's going on?
And to be able to have, like, because I shared this last night, and I'll share it again. Like, can't share the context of it, but like, I had to share something embarrassing with you, and like flesh something out that was embarrassing to me, and like, did you laugh at it? Like, be honest.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
but not in a making fun way.
yeah, for sure. Because when I was like, this is so stupid, and but then you were able to encourage me and like, even in those hard or embarrassing moments, to be able to have a brother that you can go to and say, hey man, I'm either feeling this way, I'm struggling with this, or like, this is going on in my life. Like, I need your thoughts. I need your prayer. Like, what I'm finding, especially with like my inner three friends, it's rare.
Yeah.
What I have with you, Gordon, and Zach is like rare.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, bro, that you have to say that that's rare. Mm-hmm. Because it shouldn't be rare. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But then again, my hope is, my prayer is that, man, like, my prayer is that I hope people can, again, men, especially men, man, that they can find out even at least that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's sad that you have to say that in this society it's rare to have those kinds of friendships. You know what I mean? That, like, to have those friendships that you can really come to them and talk about anything. Yeah. Knowing that I'm not going to get judged. You know what I mean? That you're going to be here. And even if I was wrong in what I did, you're going to be like, okay, that was stupid, but where are we going to go from here? How are we going to, okay, this happened, whether you're wrong or right. Okay, we're here now. How can we move forward? What did we learn? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's sad that we have to say that it's rare, but that to me, that goes back to, man, the importance of finding those. Yep. And in part, it'll take us work. You know what I mean? It's going to take us work, building those relationships, and sometimes us understanding that certain relationships God allows to be there for a season, and sometimes that season's short, sometimes that season's longer, but finding those that are going to stick with you. Yeah. Till the wheels fall off. Yep. Man, it is important to find those people. It is important, and it's important to fight for those relationships. You know what I mean? And again, don't allow the small things that you disagree get in the way of those relationships. To me, bro, I think that is so crucial and falls on that, bro, because, man, especially in this day and age, how badly we need those friendships and those relationships. Yep. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because with us going through so much that we're going through in our world right now, and there's so much division. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we need to have that space that we know, regardless of everything that's going on here in the world. Yep. I know that I have a safe space here. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel with my dot, bro. That anytime I'm with them, it's like, yo, like, I'm good. Yeah. I can be, like, again, I can be having the worst state, but when I'm with them, it's like, yo, it's good. We're having fun. We're laughing, and whatever it is, it's like, it's a safe haven. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's a place where you just be yourself, and it's beautiful, man. As men, we need that. As men, we've been taught and programmed to where you don't cry, you don't share your emotions. Yeah. You don't talk about what you're going through, you're feeling. You got to suck it up. Go work, that's it. Yep. You know what I mean? And, man, that has damaged so many men. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? That has damaged so many men. But but what I love about it is that there's hope in that. There's hope there's hope in knowing that when I pray, God, put the right people in my life. If I can encourage you for anything, is just pray to God. God, put the right people in my life that I can do life with.
Yeah.
And God will do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because God knows that we need them.
Come on.
You know, we were just talking about it with the guy that came in, bro. We're not meant to do life alone.
No.
You know what I mean? So God will put those people in our lives.
Yeah.
And now it's our responsibility to identify those.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's going to cost us a little of stepping out of our comfort zone.
Yep.
Building those relationships. You know, for us, it's a little bit easier because we're extrovert. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But if you're introverted, you know, it's going to take you a little bit more to step out and build those friendships, but it's going to be worth it. It's worth it, man. It's worth it at the end of the day where you know that you have people to do life with. Yeah. It's a beautiful journey to be on, bro.
Come on. Well, man, dude, you said so much, dude, and it was so great. I appreciate you, being on the podcast super last minute. I mean, I didn't really give you a choice, but
no, you didn't ask. You told me.
I told you. I'm like, hey, this is what we're doing today.
But I love it, bro, because for me, because of the relationship that we have, and the constant conversations that we have. For me, it's just another hangout. It's like I didn't have to prepare for that because it's another conversation we're having.
Exactly.
For me, and dude, I can have these conversations all the time because they're meaningful for me. Yeah. And I need them. You know what I mean? And so for me, it was like, all right, bet, let's do it. You know what I mean? And absolutely. And that's what I hope for. That's what I hope for men out there. You know what I mean? Know that you're not alone. Yeah. Know that you're not alone. You know what I mean? Do your part in finding that community and watch how much that will impact your life and what God will do in the midst of that. Don't be afraid to step out. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think so many times we're afraid because we're afraid to fail. Yeah. But man, in that failure is where we learn because we're all going to fail. Yeah. You know what I mean? But in the midst of that is when we're going to grow, we're going to learn and become better in that. Yeah. So, because I remember, one of my mentors that told me this when I was going through a tough season this last year, and he's like, "Man, you allowed that fear of failure to paralyze you." Yeah, and that's what happens, bro. When we let that fear sink in, is we become paralyzed to that. Yep. And so, man, I saw something the other day that it summed it up for me, and it said, "Fear is what if." But faith is even if. Yeah. And so for me, dude, that is so huge that no matter what comes my way, even if it's not what I thought it was going to be, not what I thought what it was going to look like, even if, God, I know you have me and I know you have a plan for my life. Yeah. And I walk in that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that is the beautiful thing in that, because then you see God do what only God can do in our lives. Yeah. You watch my stories. You saw that on my story. No, you saw that on mine. No. It was one of our stories. But that was mine. I posted that. Yeah. So anyways, well, I know you got to get rolling, but quick question. Where can people find the store? Where can people connect with you? Yeah, bro. Man, we're in Sioux Falls, downtown Sioux Falls, South Dakota. 225 East 11th Street, Suite 107. Yep. I'm here in Sioux Falls. Preaches. We'd love for you to come by and just hang out, man. IG too, right? Yeah, IG is just Jonathan_PV. I have to think about it because I don't give that out too much. Yeah. But yeah, just come hang out. And I tell people that all the time. Even if you don't have to come and buy something. Just come hang out and let's just talk. I love having conversations with people. I love getting to know new people, man, and hearing people's stories. There's so many dope stories out there. Like yesterday, bro, when we heard one of our friends now. Like I feel like we've been friends forever now. Yeah. But man, hearing his story was just powerful. Yeah. And just it fired me up. You know what I mean? Like when you get over yourself. Yeah. And you realize, hey, it's not about you. You're not the main character. Yeah. And you get and you realize and you get over yourself. And you actually are interested. Yep. There's power in that, and you're like, yo, like you see people for who they really are and who God made them to be. Come on. You know what I mean? I remember seeing this quote that said, I don't want to butcher it. You got it. Oh man, you lost it. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh man, I'm gonna butcher that one.
It's all right.
No, I'll owe it to you guys, man. It's a cliffhanger for next time.
We'll get you on the next one.
But it was good. It was good.
It was a good quote.
But the moral of it was that, the moral of that quote was, don't be so focused on people being interested in you. You know what I mean? Because so we want people to be interested in us and what we're doing. No, don't do that. You go and be interested in people's lives and what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, again, just we got to get over ourselves. And thinking that we know it all, or we got it. I know we don't, man. Go hear people's stories, love on people. You know what I mean? Serve people. Find ways where you can serve people, because that's when we see God do cool things. You know what I mean? When we die to ourselves, put ourselves aside, and then just serve and love people.
Absolutely. Well, thank you once again for coming on.
Thank you, bro, for having us. This was dope, man.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Father Built podcast. This podcast is all about building up men in holiness, healthiness, and happiness, aiming to give men the tools to build their house of legacy. If you are single, if you are married, if you're a single dad, or you're married with kids, this podcast is for you. And like always, peace, love, blessings. We are out.